everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some Mobile Suit Witch from Mercury. What happened last time, Theta?
We had the largest mech duel of the entire show
Oh
so
yeah,
far.
6 on 6, and then Earth House got completely dunked on for like 90% of it.
Well, because they don't have Gundams.
Or pilots. I
Um,
think they literally said two of them were just mechanics and they shoved them in.
I mean, you work with what you got. I mean, Suletta was
True.
wandering around trying to find. I forgot what the word she used was.
I forget too, but yeah, they weren't super coordinated until the rest of Earth's house showed that they were, and Suletta is not very coordinated with them at all.
Well, I mean, she
But
was ultimately just a distraction.
right, but it was there was a lot of stuff going on. I think we talked about that last time. What was our pretty long-haired guy's name again?
Come on.
It
That starts
it's
with an
something
S. Starts with
I
an
don't know.
S. Figure it out.
Sam. All right, so Sam. Sam had a lot of emotional impact in that episode. Like we disagreed a little bit. I said like, well, clearly he has feelings here, but he's a little bit too late, and of course, manipulating things to try to get things into how he wants. And of course his stance like with the Gundams is also interesting. He wants to profit off of them, obviously. He doesn't care about what any of his parents have said. So I think that's kind of resolved that at the moment, and I think our expectation is that we'll get some ghoul this episode.
He doesn't care about what any of his parents say about it. It's a weird statement. One, he's an
Well,
adopted.
obviously, his
He's an
parents are all the businessmen who have banned Gundams in the first place and want them destroyed, and he's just like, nah, I don't care.
He's one adopted. So I don't know if you're referring now to his birth parents, which he possibly doesn't know. Not caring,
Adopted? No way.
not caring about this thing, or are you talking about his adopted parents not caring?
I'm talking about his adoptive parents not caring. But like in the context of the show, when I'm talking about his parents, it's going to be the ones that are on screen, I think.
Of which we've seen one.
Of which
So
we've seen one, and the one that matters to the story
his
here.
parent.
His business associate.
Now remind us, Griff, who is his parent?
Uh, I forget the names. You know what I'm like. I've completely forgotten all details until I'm even gently reminded about them. But I think we're done with that for right now. It'll probably come into play later. Like I said, I think we're gonna get some ghoul, and you should be excited for that, right?
Sure.
That's just my anticipation of narrative that we saw a bit of him last time. He's clearly going through a thing. Now we should try to resolve that as far as the narrative.
I
So
mean,
I want to see him.
he's been in what 6 out of 10 episodes now.
Hmm.
I mean, he's only been in
Right, but I'm
front
expecting
of
focus.
he's only been in front of 2 episodes. He's had like a minute and a half in
Hmm.
4 other episodes.
All right, we've got to make sure Ghoul gets his full screen time today. Then. So, do you have like any expectations or thoughts?
Well, as I said, I have a number of things I want to go over.
Let's go over them.
One is an inconsistency in the show.
Oh boy, I love plot holes.
Let's see. There is a discrepancy regarding Suletta's age.
Uh huh.
She was 4 years old in the prologue. I think that's beyond reproach. We
Yep.
saw the birthday cake,
Hmm.
and they say she's 17 in the main series,
Yep.
meaning there should be a 13-year time lapse, right?
Correct. Yes. That's canon.
However, it is revealed in episode 6 that it's actually been 21 years since the prologue,
Hmm.
meaning that Suletta should be 25 years old.
Right. That would be correct. So, here's my theory to fill in the plot holes. She's spent most of her time at relativistic speeds, thus slowing down her aging and removing at least 7 years from her timeline.
And in case anybody wants to know, the quote is that Belmeria says, sorry, it's not a quote, but in episode 6, Belmeria says that it's no use taking revenge for something that happened 21 years ago. Um, that's in the conversation between her and Prospera, talking about how many Gundam pilots there have been in reference to Elon.
Right. So either A, it's an inconsistency and someone got it wrong, either a writer or a character who just kind of flippantly said, ah, it was like 21 years ago, right? And they're wrong. Or B, it is a detail that does matter and there is an explanation perhaps later on. Speculating on it comes into the framework of, well, we're going to write this for the author.
I don't understand you, Griff.
What?
We're only we're only here for
Okay.
speculation. You're like,
Okay. Let,
speculating does no good. All
let me
right
go
then, I
ahead and
guess I'll
tell
hit
you
the.
about something that grinds my gears. That's the segment today, alright? It grinds my gears when there's like some sort of plot hole, like in Star Wars or something, and then the audience, the fans will go, well, maybe if this or this happened, and then they put that down as the official explanation, go, there's no problems with Star Wars. Obviously what happened with the plot hole was this. And that drives me insane.
Here's the problem with that, Griff. Specifically, you're talking about like watching the movie
Mhm.
and coming up with an explanation after the movie.
Yeah.
The situation we're in is we're halfway into a movie and we can guess or make predictions about what the explanation might be. Now, if
I
it never comes to pass, that's a different thing. But
Mhm.
we're here in the now. We can sit there, stare at the screen, and say, I wonder why this is this. I think it might be this, and hope to be proven right.
Oh yeah, I just had to get that chip off my shoulder. That's the kind of way that like I was framing it before. But you are right. We're looking at the future. We can guess anything we want and then be wrong because we're always wrong.
I mean, I was just recently watching one of the death battle things that they do when they're not doing the death battle. I don't know if you
Yeah,
see that appears on their channel. They did
yeah, they do some fillers.
Fall Guys versus Among Us,
Uh huh.
and they had two people arguing, right? And then one of the counters came up of, but what if it's all just a game show and it's all fake? And it's like, you're just making that up, and I can't counter that because you're just fucking making it up.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and it's like, well, that what annoyed me the most was that was the argument that swayed them in the end. The shit that you just made up. And I will point out that the guy who was arguing for Fall Guys pointed out that there is a manga for Among Us where the Among Us thing, the imposters and everything, they're all just a video game in Among Us. They're not even real. And he's like, see how horrible that argument is to this whole discussion? And never brings it up again because he's being a good competitor. And then the whole, but what if it's a game show thing makes him lose?
I have to imagine people at the Antarctic research bases would watch the thing every now and then. It's just for giggles.
Alright, I'm just saying
Similar scenario.
it's disingenuous to the argument to just say, yeah, but it's not real.
So, in the spirit of making things up for speculation, Scylla's obviously an alien then.
No,
But
she's probably in. If we're gonna follow the line of logic, she's
mhm,
probably a Mercury, an orphan, and actual what was her name? Eric. Eric is actually Ariel. If we were gonna follow that line of logic,
right. I think that explanation makes a reasonable amount of sense. I think the only other thing within the text right now that could make sense would be the sort of cloning that we thought originally was the thing going on with Ellen, but wasn't.
well, it would be Elon, but
Elon, sorry, yeah.
Ellen is a former daytime talk show host. But that was Balmora's thing. We don't know that Prosper's ever cloned anyone.
Well, they do have researchers from that same project over there, so
No,
obviously they got
they
notes.
don't. Remember that whole facility got destroyed? It was a shock that Blumera survived. Because we
Mhm.
don't know anybody else that survived other than her, Prospera, and possibly Suletta if she's not an orphan.
Right, right.
Nobody else survived. Because you remember at the very end of the prologue, they blew the whole fucking place up. So there's no idea how Blumera survived. Unless she, like, sold herself to the Marines that boarded the place before they blew it up.
I'm thinking to myself right now,
Good to know.
has Suletta referenced the prologue herself at all?
I mean, if you include the birthday references,
Which is what I'm thinking about. The birthday reference does not necessarily have to refer back to the prologue.
I think it might have to, because
Narratively, it definitely
let
does.
me finish here. If it might have to, because of the short story, which also references the fact Prospera, Suletta's possible mother, might, possible mother, was did not come back to Mercury all that often, and I think it was pointedly said in the short story they did not celebrate her birthday. So, if Suletta is commenting about birthdays, the only one I can think of is the one. There's one that happens in the short story,
Mhm.
and there is the one in the prologue. I
Right.
think because she mentions like when she was 7, her mother came back, and they celebrated her birthday.
Right. It's possible to support like the whole orphan hypothesis. That is the new origin with this Suletta, and our original character that we saw in the prologue is now Ariel, and they both associate positive feelings with that song, but separately. And we have been tricked as the audience.
I want to bring back the old guy the,
Go for
from
it.
the short story that I always love bringing up as a possible answer. The old guy that seems to hate Suletta, who's like one of the main guys in charge of Mercury. He hates her, and his wife likes her because she's actually their kid. They were forced to sell her to Prospera for this whole experiment, and he's never gotten over it. And he shows his contempt towards Prospera by a contempt towards Suletta, whereas the mother has a mother's love. And
Mhm. It it has all the notes there. Everything is in order. We just gotta see if it happens then. It would be hilarious.
I mean, it would be a real hard ask for the show to bring up notes from the short story,
Mhm.
which so far has not been referenced in the show all that much.
True.
Specifically, that old man and his wife.
Let's see. So that's at least two different things, or maybe one. I've lost track already. You have other notes? I think.
Yeah, I wanted to go over a couple of things from the Gundam.info page
Uh huh.
that specifically has like information uh, about the series that doesn't really get pushed to the forefront of the show. So, given the amount of time we've got on this, name a random character that we've seen, and I'll tell you what's on the page for them.
Let's say Chew.
Chew. Alright. Loading up Chew. I realized that wasn't a good way to do that because there's a bunch of side characters you will never remember, which will mean
I
them.
was thinking of naming like Earth House leader, and I'm like, I don't remember his name.
Ironically, I literally had him loaded up already. But, alright. Chuteri Pan Lunch. Affiliation Earth House.
Hmm.
Mobile Suit Choo Choo's Demi Trainer. A first year student in the piloting department who belongs to Earth House. She is nicknamed Choo Choo. She hates the Spacians who discriminate against Earthians and often gets into fights. Choo Choo pilots a unique, restored, older generation Demi Trainer.
Okay. That's not like a whole lot of information. Definitely not more than what we have in the show already.
Well,
Except maybe the name of the mobile suit.
and that it's an older generation. Alright. Now, name one of the mobile suits.
Let's go with what's Ghoul's one called?
Ghoul's, Delanza.
Let's do the Lonza then. Like this should be something that has like 10 paragraphs on it, right?
Pilot, Ghoul Jeturk. Affiliation, Jeturk House. A version of the Delanza tuned for Ghoul's use, as well as performance enhancements. It also has a magenta color scheme and splendid decorations. Model number MD-0032G. Head height 18.2 meters. Weight 89.4 tons.
Okay. So again, maybe not like a whole lot of info. So what point do you want to make here with these?
I just want to give some side information. Some of
Oh,
them,
okay. It's just that
some
they
of them,
exist.
some of them have more information than others. Um, my failure was letting you choose, I guess. But that's a bit. We went with it. Um, the other one is from the what do they call the section words? They just call the section words.
Words.
I want to pick 3 words from the word section to go over. Just specifically, we have the show's definition of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say the word and then I'm going to copy it and let you read it so our audience can actually hear it.
Oh boy.
The first word is gunned.
Gund, a body functioning augmentation technology which uses permit. Gund format is a system which uses Gund technology for military applications, and a mobile suit equipped with it is called a Gund arm.
All right. Any comments on that?
No, that makes sense. I think we've already understood that. I think it's just that the permit technology is the word that we don't use a whole lot. Probably just because it just gets wrapped up into, yeah, that's gun stuff.
All right. Well, then our next word is permit.
Oh, hey, there it is. An element discovered in mineral deposits distributed unevenly through the solar system. One of permit's properties is that information is shared between individual pieces, and various technologies have been developed by mixing permit with other materials or propellant for control purposes. Body function augmentation technologies, when permit is infused into the human body, are considered a basis for advancement into space. So, permit is an innately quantum mineral, is what
Well,
it's saying.
if you remember from, I think it's described in the prologue, when the old woman, the main scientist at the Vandis Institute,
Uh huh.
describes it. But I think we also got it in episode 7 or 8
Hmm.
when they start talking about their new company being for medical use, about how people had to be advanced to be able to be in space because they were showing like basically what the gun technology thing was before, with people glowing red and whatnot.
Hmm. So, so when it comes to like space exploration, being in space sucks and will not be good for your body. Usually this is why, like, if you're an astronaut, you do a whole bunch of exercise and you do your best to stay within a lead-lined container forever so that radiation never hurts you.
This is hilarious
Um,
coming off of the back of you making fun of that one guy for exercising all the time in space in IBO.
well, that's more funny just because they're constantly working out and they're overbound with muscles. But over here, so whatever is happening to people in space in the series is an additional hazard to existing in space, and apparently they think Permit can solve that. Is that correct?
I mean, the thing that always comes to my mind is the Mars trilogy of books, where you have a guy who's born on Mars, and after they sign like a peace treaty with Earth, they go to Earth to celebrate, and this dude almost like passes out immediately after arriving on Earth because he's not used to the increased gravity. He's
Yeah.
having trouble breathing. He lays down, passes out.
Yup.
All right. And our last one is student number.
Oh, right, the student number designations. Let's see what the explanation is here. This consists of three elements identifying the student's year of admission, department, and personal number. Third year students are designated as K, second year students as L, and first year students as M. The piloting department is P, and the mechanical department is M. Alright, that part makes sense. And the management strategy department is S. The personal number is determined by the hierarchy of the recommending companies. Suleta's ID is LP041. It's made up for L for administration year, P because she's a pilot, and 041 is her personal number.
Already doesn't make sense to me.
So the recommending company was the 41st one in the hierarchy amongst the Benneret
And
group.
now follow me here why this doesn't make sense. One, well, okay, I'm going to break this down to two parts.
Go for it.
One, overall doesn't make sense. Two, I thought Suleta just got here, so wouldn't she be a first year student?
You're right.
Yeah, so shouldn't she be MP041? Alright, that's number one. Yeah. What if there was a Suleta before Elin situation, right? Anyway, second of all, doesn't that mean if Mercury sent a second year piloting student here, they would both be LP041?
Right, I was about to say that too. It's like, hey, wait a second, won't this result in a lot of duplicates? Couldn't you just issue them a normal student ID number or just like a random number?
How many companies are in the Benner group again?
Wasn't it like 200?
157. Which means that unless the Benner group was a lot bigger 13 years ago, well, we don't know when the Benner group formed, sometime after the whole incident before. If it was, say, 1,000 companies before, because otherwise, why is it 4 digits long? It's not, it's 3 digits. I'm an idiot. Anyway, it seems like there should be additional numbers in there, like 6 digits long. So the first 3 digits are your number of entry, right?
Yeah.
And the last 3 digits are the company ranking order. So that way, that could be LP001, 00, sorry, I've already got it wrong. LP00,
and then 01.
I was going the other way. LP001, 041. But also, doesn't that mean that your number is changing all the time? Based on your ranking? Like, doesn't Suleta's number now LP0... Sorry, is Mercury the 41st? Are they doing that good?
I guess so.
I thought there was...
I thought they were at the very bottom.
Yeah, I thought that too, but if there's 157 member corporations, and we saw... Yeah, no, we already saw that Shinsei Development Corporation, which is the Mercury one, is ranked 151 out of 157 companies. So,
I guess maybe in the past couple of episodes until we got that explanation, she's been doing a whole lot of backroom dealing and has escalated very rapidly.
yeah, so it should be LP151 and not 0. Where the hell does 041 come from?
Maybe another company recommended her.
I mean, that could be fair. But now, yeah, I guess that defeats my last point I was going to make. If it's a recommended company and not the company you hail from, then that's fair. And I'm about to say, she started her own company, so that would not change her to LP 158.
Now, I can only wonder if they'll bring up the IDs as a story point, or if it's literally just background decoration and doesn't matter.
It's a paperwork nightmare, is what it is. If you have a if you have a bad season, like say you're MP041, your first year, right? Well, the new year has come up, and the stocks have changed, and there's a different outlook for the company's rankings. And now you're LP058 or whatever. And it's
Imagine having to check your stocks every morning to see what your number is.
yeah. I'm gonna go down to the shit. I forgot the name for like a mess. I'm gonna go down to the mess and read my Sunday paper to figure out what the stock market's doing. I'm heavily invested.
Jeez. What bureaucratic hell is this? That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, so we've done the numbers. That was 3 words. We got anything left on the docket?
That's everything I announced.
Good. Then I think we've got plenty of talk here. We got some speculation, and we know how terrible the student ID system is. Let's go ahead and watch.
Well, I think we specifically found the loophole of why is Soletta a second-year student when she's literally wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, just got here, and doesn't understand the schooling system, for that matter.
Mm-hmm. So, let's go ahead and see.
カテドラルの回答を伝えます。モビルスーツエアリアルについてのガンドフォーマット使用権利の審理の申請は不受理となりました。
デリングはなぜあのモビルスーツを特別扱いする？
Why are you giving
なぜ
it
決闘
special
を許した？
treatment?
どうして株式会社を認めた？魔女を狩るはずのドミニコスが動かないのはなぜだ？
我々の回答は変わりません。お引き取りを。
Like talking to a child.
デリングの犬め。
You can ask why all you want. Won't change the answer.
カテドラルは動かない。
それを言うために来たのか？
シャトーラとレイユを2つだ。
飲む気分ではない。
前祝いだよ。デリングが死ぬ。
Oh, that's a way to start an episode.
We're going forward with the bomb in the plane again.
I swear it'll work this time. Y'all, please, I swear. Come on, just give me one more chance. One more bomb.
I mean, Delling is the first bad guy. Although I don't know. God, it's going to change a lot of my perspective, thoughts on Prospera being the bad guy. If they actually kill Delling. Because you can't get vengeance on a dead guy.
True. There's fun, underhanded corporate espionage and assassination happening here. I'm just along for the ride, I think.
Well, Soletta's supposed to be her mother's sword. And obviously her sword's pointed at the man who killed her husband. So either it's gonna mean like the pilot of the Gundam that killed her husband, and it's a long con because we never seen that guy again. But he's got a page. He's got a page on the wiki. But I mean, I assume she's blaming Delling.
I also can't imagine Suletta being ordered to go commit an assassination. She's just like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
She literally doesn't question what her mother says.
They're still singing their song. So adorable.
Sorry, I didn't get animated out of standing here from last episode.
I've been here for several weeks. Please help.
それで。じゃあエアリアルが帰ってきたら早速決闘の方を頼むよ。不在だった2ヶ月分溜まってるからね。
It's been 2 months.
ミオリネの出張も長かったね。2週間だっけ？
16日と12時間です。
それまでこの音質
But who's counting?
はい。だから任せたって言ったの。出張で留守にする間は この子たちの面倒を見られないからあんたやっといて。
It's a shame we don't have like little floating balls that could do this for us.
他に誰がいるのよ。
If only we had robots that could do things for us, yeah.
君はすごいな。
Oh, she's blushing.
どうぞ。
すみません。はい。シュチュ先輩。
てめえどこで道草ぶっこいてんだ。ガンドの義足運用試験忘れてんじゃねえだろうな。
I'm sorry, you kids are still in school, right?
Did
you master all the medical fields already?
I guess so. Well, they also can't do math, so.
遅くなってすいません。おせ。ここに座って義足つなげるから。はい。
Alright, Suletta, we're gonna cut off your legs now.
接続確認。ユニットのロック解除するぞ。
スレッタ、立ち上がって。
Oh, okay, this is the engineering standpoint. Not actually attaching them to people's standpoint.
Yeah.
平気？はい。じゃあ始めよっか。
録画開始した。いつでも
Man, the future of wheelchairs is gonna be real difficult.
3、2、1、スタート。
I mean, we have AI that can control legs to do this now.
But you can also, like, kick it and just knock it over.
No, you can't. Not anymore.
Oh, I think they're actually literally replicating those videos now.
平均台クリア。
Yeah, but the actual release ones you can't kick over anymore. I think the real feat there was she stayed on balance on top of it the whole time.
No, right? It's like, I'm just thinking the whole time, like, if you topple over, that's not gonna be fun.
ライセンスの問題もある。でも、ガンドの使用が認可されれば、あらゆる人工装具に応用できるわ。
ガンダムの会社なんて最初は何言ってんだと思ったけど。
やるよな、うちの社長。
ミオリネさんは前からやります
So if the gun format gets applied to prosthetics,
みんなに知ってもらわなきゃ。
the idea is that your arm could drain the life out of you.
スレッタ、撮
God,
影
I can already imagine the superpowered stuff, though. Gun, go level 4! Gundam, go level 4! Punch!
This wants to go even further beyond Plus Ultra. Hello joke to make everyone laugh. Oh!
冗談を言って笑わせる。ニカさん。リス
Ah, your
また埋まった
your list has been discovered. You're exposed.
Did you ever get the
次は
nickname?
何狙ってるの？あ、これです。
I don't think so.
キーホルダー。お揃い。憧れてたんです。親しい感じがしていいなって。そっか。ミオリネへのプレゼントだ。ミオリネさんつけてくれますよね。え？ああ、喜ぶと思うよ。可愛いし。
That's the face of someone who goes, no, Mior will not accept this and will throw it in the garbage.
絶対ミオリネさんに似合うって。頑張れ、花婿さん。資金調達は順調です。転換社債による調達も滞りありません。
転換時の株価値低下リスクは考慮したか？
いえ。
その計画では株価下落の可能性が。
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why you do it all at once. Oh, wait, that is bad, actually.
はい。
株主比率の希薄化を再検討しろ。違う資金調達法も考えろ。
はい。
設備投資計画。
はい。
会社設立2ヶ月で投資効果の試算をここまで行っているのは上出来だ。回収期間を検討し、このまま投資を
All you have to
続け
do
ろ。
is actually produce something now.
No, just thinking it's a great time for her to start feeling close to her father. Now he's about to be assassinated.
Oh gosh, yeah.
なんでもない。
2 months hanging out with their father, doing business, and actually getting along in some slight amount. And then he dies.
あとは学園まで運んでくれるソーダスタッフね。
行き先は地球じゃなくてよろしかったですか？
Oh, hey, look, it's the pilots you keep
ま
hiring.
た会えるとは
Yeah,
思
the
わ
two
な
from episode 1.
いろいろやらないと食べていけない身でして。よければ今からでも地球にお送りしますよ。
遠慮した。
They're also on the wiki. Half expected you to
お
pick them.
忙しそうですものね。
会社作っちゃったからさ。おかげでクソ親父にもいちいち業務報告しなきゃならないし、出張ばっかで授業には出られないし、従業員も教育しなきゃで。ああ、もうめんどくさ。
よかったじゃないですか。
全然。で、あんたたち一体何者？最初はクソ親父目当てかと思ったけど、このタイミングで来たってことは私がガンダムの会社を作ったから？欲しいのはガンダム？それともガンダムがあったら困る人？
当ててくれたらお教えしますよ。
宇宙議会連合。
あら、お見事。
連合もガンダムは放っておけないってことね。
Well, that's a new group.
今
Haven't
は
heard
ま
about
だ
them
調査
before.
の段階です。
Indeed.
あなたの敵ではありませんよ。
じゃあ味方になってもらおうかな。
デリング総裁を殺す？
ガサツな男だ。ジェタークが時にそんなにそれたことは
Backfired
Immediately
play.
backfire. I love it.
その話乗りませんか？
You didn't tell anybody, did you? Nah, just my adopted son. And a room full of his friends.
ミオリネと御三家の株を合わせて過半数になります。ですが、スレッタ・マーキュリーの所属する新生開発公社では、合計してもミオリネの持ち株は過半数になりません。つまり、決闘で次の総裁は決まらない。
学生なら学生らしく決闘ゲームに興じれば良いものを、しくじればグラスレーでのポジションを失うことになるぞ。
施設育ちの僕を引き上げてくれた恩、忘れてはいません。勝ちますよ、今度は。
PV の撮影するだけっすよ。
At least in terms of all the business father to child relationships in the show, that's not the worst one ever.
アーシアンだから貸せねえってのかよ。
困ったな。
I mean, he lets him in on his, like, political machinations, so yeah.
どうした？
決闘委員会のラウンジは
I think out of like the 4 examples we have, that's number 2.
そっか、ホルダーなら
使用権がある。なんだよ、スレッタ。
Well, I mean, Jiturk doesn't let his son in on what he's doing.
Exactly.
女が来なければ、ホルダーはグエル先輩だったのに。
仕方ないだろ。行くよ、ペトラ。
グエル先輩、まだ行方不明なんですか？
どこに行ったんだ？
He's still hiding in the woods.
Now, remember, he got that letter last time.
すいません、もう少しかかります。急げよ、出港は5日後だ。
出港？
搬入作業があるんだよ。お前も行くんだぞ。プラントクエタってベネリットのでっけえ工場だっけか。
ベネリットの？
なんかあんのか？
I almost didn't recognize him.
He's hiding as a construction worker.
Not hiding. Did you already forget?
Oh, right, yeah, he got shipped off. You're right.
I literally said it before he was shown. Also, Earth.
Sorry. Oh, hey.
Good to know the water slide factories shut down.
Who we got here? Brand new character. Just hearing that like in the background as you're going through your broken school. Your happiness is ruining my mood.
見て、こいつ。
アステカシア。モビルスーツ？
ガンダムだよそれ。
I honestly positively love people watching it in universe.
She looks like the girl from the council. Or maybe just the same clothes style.
ナジは？
畑じゃないの？ナジ、アスティカシア学園からプリンスが直接話したいと。
直接？連絡役を通さないとは慎重なあんたらしくないな。
それだけ重要な案件だと思ってください。
で、要件は？
デリングレンブランを襲撃してもらいたい。
お前さんのところのトップを殺せってのか？
5日後、 はプラントクエタに入る予定です。
空に上がってベネリット有数の開発拠点を襲えとはアーシャンにきつすぎねえかい？
拠点防衛の巡回艦隊はジェターク社の管轄です。手薄にするよう話はついています。
I can't tell if he's playing one side or if he's actually going against his father.
This feels like his secret organization going into action kind of stuff, so he's got to be going against them.
手配ありがとう。お父さん役の人がよろしくって。
はい。なんで地球寮の奴らがラウンジにいるわけ？
You were right.
ねえロージ？ロージ？
綺麗だなこれ。
パテント出願番号 AST876754。
撮影中なんですけど。
ガンド医療の特徴の一つに。
すごいですよね、ミオリネ先輩。
Got so many spider web things we could form between the characters now.
なんか遠い
Yeah,
人にな
come
っち
up
ま
with
った
the
な。
conspiracy board.
最初から近くないだろ。
はいはい。向こうはサラブレッドで、こっちは雑草だよ。
食べられちゃいますね。
まさしく、俺たちはこき使われて、みんなあいつの栄養。
Congratulations, welcome to capitalism. You're being
笑い事じゃ
exploited.
ねえぞ。お前も遠くなる側だから。
そんなことないです。
うわ、言うね。制裁の自信ってやつだな。
妻じゃないです。婿です。
スレッタ。本当は部外者の私が手出しするべきじゃないんだけど、七浦さんがいないから。
You're literally the most knowledgeable person in the room.
Very true.
ありがとうございます。ペイル社の人なのに私たちのこと手伝ってくれて。
私はもともと医療工学を志していたの。だからね、あなたたちの授業に参加させてもらえるのは嬉しいのよ。
じゃあウィンウィンですね。
そうそう。
I get to take all this data back home to my corporation.
この前のグラスレートの決闘、あの時、
すいません。水温チェックの時間なんです。
やることいっぱいで大変ね。
いえ、全然。行ってきます。
いってらっしゃい。
And of course, she'd stop asking questions about Elin because she met the real Elin and didn't realize anything.
Yup.
Speak of the devil.
Just hiding behind a tree this whole time? That what you do in your spare time now, Elin?
ペイル社の用事はすべて済んだから、今日から復学。
よかったです。
会社の PV 見たよ。可愛く映って
Now, is this Master Elin or a new...
We'll never know.
本当だよ。
エランさん、なんか変わりました。
変わったよ。君が変えたんだ。
Well, at least she's aware something's
今度
different.
デートしようよ。いや。
Yeah, I'm thinking this is Master Elin.
けど
Suletta, you're already engaged. You can't go on a date.
ああ。でもそれって嘘なんでしょ？みんな噂してるよ。君は結婚したくないミオリネの玉よけだって。名目上は結婚という形を取るかもしれない。けど、そこに心はない。
I feel like there's so many political mechanizations going on here.
許してく
Hold
れ
on.
るよ。
ごめんなさい。
Sorry. Felt the need in silence in case that was about to happen.
でもまあ、押せば落ちるな。
I feel like there's so many political mechanizations working on here that our main viewpoint character, Suletta, has as much political savvy as I do.
Oh gosh. Oh no, there's the statement of the ages. Oh, but the way Elin has so much venom is just amazing, honestly. But you're absolutely right. And the way, like, even the marriage is, like, so political, just fascinating and fun.
いや、
ミオリネ
私たちは
さんに直接言われてあんたしかいないって。だから
スレッタ、
ミオリネさん
何やってんのよあんた。
帰ってたんですか？
船を買ったの。定期便を使わなくていいから早く着いたわ。
では見積もり通りこちらの金額で。
請求書は会社の方に回しといて。
Assaulting the contractors.
あの人たち。
ファームの業者にこの子たちの世話を頼んだの。
You've been outsourced, Suletta.
あんたも仕事減って嬉しいでしょ。
I'm going to take this indication of our trust and I'm going to ship it off station now.
私任されたって。
ありがとね。お疲れ様。そういえばエランにはあった？
大丈夫です。私にはミオリネさんが。
何のこと？
エランさんにデートしようって言われて、でもちゃんと断ったんです。
いいよ、デートして。
I mean, on one hand, she was going on dates with other people, so she was the one that was reacting negatively to before. So this is basically throwing it back in her face.
これでスレッタに何でも頼まなくてよくなるわ。
私いなくてもいい。
On the other hand, this is a very depressing moment.
そうね。
It is very.
そうでした。
you were just not paying attention at all.
そうそう。エアリアルだけど、プラントクエタまで取りに行くことになったから。あんたも来てよ。楽しみでしょ？久しぶりにエアリアルに会えるの。
No, not the representation of the relationship she hoped to have. No. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. We're just going deeper into the conspiracy. Oh no, the attack on Delling is going to get Suletta's mom too. Oh, this is just such a web. It is.
Well, that would be the reason why we saw them in the hallway together in 2-3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
When they were pitching the corporate merger thing.
Right, at that point they were trying to strong arm their way into it.
No, that was obviously when this whole plan was being set in motion.
Ah, yes.
Because that was Jeturk and Prospera. So, and Jeturk is the one that's initiating this whole thing, so this is him selling her on the idea, and obviously she's out for vengeance against him, so she's going to be in on it. So, episode 10, penultimate episode of the Kur, it must mean she's going to give her master speech before the assault begins. And then we're going to be left on a massive cliffhanger.
I want that to happen. My money is also on, like, Suletta's mom just pulling out a dagger and going and doing it herself. Going for the assassination.
That's a fake arm as a knife on the other end.
It's a whole Gundam laser. Renamed to Bob.
つく前に食っとけよ。体に響くぞ。
ありがとうございます。
航行監視システムにオブジェクト。パーメット識別コード確認。モビルスーツです。
プラントクエタか？
相互通信チャンネルに応答なし。本線に接近してきます。
警告を発しろ。
So the aerial's definitely in that ship, right?
No. It's at plant. It's at the plant.
Oh no. One of your favorite characters is in danger, Theta.
So, Jeturk is trying to kill his son?
そうだな。
反応薄っ。いいの？こんなタイミングで波風起こして。
もともと我々は決闘ゲームに重きを置いていない。
シャディクはずっと前からやるつもりだった。そうでしょ？
ああ。ベネリットグループを解体する。俺はもうためらわない。
これよりこの船は我らフォルドの夜明けの管轄下に入る。諸君らには速やかに応じてくれることを要求する。
Alright, they're just getting hijacked. He's not dead yet.
抵抗してもいいけど殺すから。
次回機動戦士ガンダム水星の魔女地球の魔女。
So cute. So that is it then? Earthian uprising in the control of Shadiq?
In control of Shadiq, who has his own little terrorist organization that's going to start doing an uprising to specifically destroy the Benner Group, which is a Spacian entity which he was adopted into. And wait, what's going on?
Why would they assault a transport that Ghoul's on? Ghoul cannot be the reason they're assaulting it. He's like the unwanted son at this point.
Right, they're clearly going for the Gundam, I think.
I just told you it's not on
but
there.
It's not on it yet. They're going to the plant, you were saying, right? Otherwise, they're just hitting random stuff that the group owns.
Because Muir already said that Ariel is at the plant. So that's where Ariel's been getting worked on this whole time. It hasn't moved from or to anywhere. So the transport has nothing to do with the Gundam.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise they're just attacking assets, and this is just part of it. Or maybe they are going for Ghoul, and they're going to use it as leverage in a kidnapping plot.
But then why did he, offer Ghoul a position before?
To make it easier?
You can't kidnap somebody at the school.
You can totally kidnap someone by offering them a position and then moving them to the place that you want, and they're perfectly willing to do it. But it's way easier to kidnap someone when they agree to.
Ghoul would not have left the school without his dad sending him off to do something else. So Shadiq could not have offered him a position that Ghoul would have accepted to have left the school. Yeah. Ghoul wanted to stay at the school.
But this episode has me hyped. So much is being set in motion. I love it. I want to see this Rube Goldberg machine of politics just start getting into motion, you know?
Why did Moraine step in her own... Why did Moraine step in her own tomato?
Because she's grown beyond caring about it.
And what is on her foot?
Oh yeah, that's like a claw attachment or something, isn't it?
Is that her foot?
Is that actually to something else there? Oh, she has this frame on her shoulders, and I guess that maybe is part of it.
I can't tell because her other foot...
I thought you were talking about something in the episode for a second. I was just like, wait a second, did I completely miss this important piece of representation?
And they're holding hands. I know that none of these closing things have meant anything other than an illustration of, hey, these were people in the episode.
Yeah, this is just fun. This is just adorable. I also love Cheshire getting just pushed around. Ghoul, I mean, sorry.
I say, who's Cheshire? You
That's
literally,
last names.
Literally, what? That's not his last name.
No, it is. Oh, whatever.
It's
still fun seeing Ghoul.
His last name is the name of the corporation of which he was a part of. His father's last name, which the corporation is named after, which is...
Oh, right, I forgot.
Jeter.
Hey, that's what I said, and then you said I was wrong.
You said Cheshire. You said Cheshire. You said something with a C in it.
Don't make fun of me, Theta. Next topic, though. What else we got?
I'm still not sure if that was Master Elin or not.
It has to be. It has to be. Master Elin is the mind behind it all. He's I can't imagine he'd send a clone with that much venom in.
There was a scene with the bunch of the CEOs of Pale Technologies talking to somebody, and I missed it because I was paying attention to your camera. So, I don't know if they were talking to actual Master Elin or somebody else.
I think they were talking to actual Master Elin. But also the scenes were really close in time. It's hard to say if it's like, alright, this was them talking before and or after.
If they were close in time, then it couldn't possibly have been Master Elin.
Right. So it depends on what are the actual facts of it. All we have is like the cuts to go with.
I very much enjoy that had to be Master Elin. Well, what if they were talking to? Well, that was Master Elin then. I'm 100% sure about both statements.
The truth is, Master Elin is actually a set of twins all along.
I've forgotten everyone's name. Who's Master Elin again?
Still, I am excited. We have our antagonist, I think, for sure, right?
We have a bunch of antagonists. Jet Dirk is trying to blow up Delin. Or no, he's not even trying to blow him up anymore. Now it's full-scale attack, which makes me wonder if he's a part of this whole thing too. Because his motivations might be independent, but he has a plan to kill him, and then Shadiq has a plan to kill him, and we don't know if one's operating with the other or under the table with the other in regards to against Delling, and then Shadiq has so many pieces on the table because we have the Earthians. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. The big dude who was farming on Earth, who apparently has his own assault group that's ready to go, and it seems like those are the ones we just saw a second ago. So it seems like Jaturk is in charge of security, and he's pulling back or opening something up to allow this other group to fly in to attack. Prospera is in on the deal at some point. Like, they sold her on it, but she has, like, no forces. So I can only assume, like, hey...
Or does she?
Well, they sold her on it before Ariel got involved in a duel to get half destroyed. So they would have no idea that Ariel would be getting repaired at that plant. Well before they sold it. 2 months before they sold her on it.
Right now, the whole plan has the feel of like time travelers going back to kill Hitler, and everyone is going back to the same point and stumbling over each other trying to do it. That they're gonna not succeed.
No, this is a very elaborate plan, and we just don't know what Prospera's role in it is, because they only have the one mobile suit, Ariel. So, they sold her on the plan, needing her for something, but it's not Ariel.
Right, so there has to be more behind it. I can't imagine Prospera has been doing nothing for 21 years.
She's been going to Earth. She's part of that group. She's part of that. Remember the short story?
There you go.
The short story had her spending a lot of time on Earth. What's the name of the next episode, Griff?
I'd have to like go back a little bit, but it was the Witches from Earth. So we are definitely going to see maybe some Earth Gundam.
You know what irks me the most about all of this?
What?
Is that I put it all together in that last 5 minutes, and nobody sticks around to this part of the video. Literally, they're going to see me not understanding during the reaction. Comment in the posts and say, during this timestamp, obviously, you must have missed this, this, and this.
We've seen the rise of Theta here in real time, from I have the political acumen of Suletta to I have figured it all out.
My moments of brilliance always occur in the post, right? And then nobody sees it and always makes comments about, how stupid I am and don't notice shit. So, I have the Moff Tarkin problem. Retreat in our moment of triumph. No one saw it. You were on the bridge with like 2 other guys, and then you died.
Mm-hmm. So I think at least as far as this episode, we could be here for hours just trying to go back over the details. But is there anything else specifically on your mind that you want to go over?
Let me just, Mind Palace. Let's see. What was in the beginning of the episode? That's right, we were getting close to her dad. We saw the 2 who I thought were kidnappers in the first episode. And now they're working on a private shuttle, which means that that's going to come back into play. That's basically,
they're going to Earth.
No, they specifically said they weren't.
They will.
They're not.
Narratively, I mean.
I mean, maybe in episode 12 they will. Or the next core. I don't think they will this side of things. God, I've lost my train of thought now that you threw that out there. Let's see, Ghoul's working. It's like Ghoul has gone from like nobility to manual labor. So we've got his God, I can't remember anything anymore. What is it called? The hero's journey.
Yeah.
The monomyth. We've got him on the track of the monomyth.
This is his lowest point, you're saying.
Well, he has actively already resisted the call to action, which is typically a third of the way into the monomyth.
Mm-hmm.
Suleto approached him. We need your help. He said no. That was the call to action. He resisted it.
And now here's the forcing him into it.
Well, we don't know why they're there. We have to wait a whole other episode for that. So that's a whole next week thing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think we're basically there.
Next episode is the Ghoul episode.
No, I doubt it.
Alright. So, I think then that everything on your brain?
No, I'm sure it's not.
Okay then. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up for right now then. This has been Stone-Faced Reactions, everyone. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you, everyone. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?